How's it going, everybody? My name is Kristian Harloff. This is Down to Earth with Kristian Harloff. So back in 2017, there was a New York Times article that came out. It was written by Leslie Kean, and it was about the UAP UFO phenomenon. And I was doing a show at the time, and like everybody else, I was always curious in the what if. And I remember watching that particular one thinking, well, wait a minute. These are pilots that are saying they're seeing these things. This is crazy. And to be completely honest, I didn't hear much about it afterwards in the mainstream media, so it was always there in my head. If someone brought it up, I go, yeah, I remember that article, whatever happened with that. I was watching something not too long ago. It was probably 2023, I would say, somewhere in the April area. And there was something on Disney and the National Geographic. And it said that there was this 6-part documentary, something like that, 5 or 6 parts, UFOs exploring the unknown, investigating the unknown. And right away, I'm going, oh, wait a minute. This is like one of those ancient aliens things. I'm down to watch this. Why not? This could be fun. And my whole world was kind of turned upside down because inside of that, there was a report not so about whether or not the existence of aliens and all of that. It's not what it was about. It was about what these things were in the sky, and they covered that article that I had mentioned up top here, but they talked about the military personnel and the people that were involved in this, the exposure to try to get the cover-up exposed, I should say. And that's when I started saying, wait a minute. And they had so many different instances of things that I had never heard about, whether it was the O'Hare incident or the stuff that happened in the late 60s with the nuclear facility and all these things that I was like, my mind was blown from watching this. And I immediately said, I got to start talking about this stuff because I can't find it anywhere else. And I started doing some research and seeing that there were some people that definitely talked about it. But I'm like, where is it in mainstream media? There's not a lot of places that really talk about it in mainstream media at all. So I was like, I'd like to talk about it and see if anybody's kind of interested in it. So my buddy Mark Riley and I started doing a show called UAP Tuesdays. And we were just going to do it every once in a while. But we found there was so much information and there was so much that was coming out that we had to do it weekly. And we started doing this even before we had heard about who David Grush was. And once we found out who David Grush was, and then there was these hearings, and that's when like the stigma started to shift. I can't say that it's gone because it's not. There are still some people that when you talk to them about this, that they're not paying attention to any of this. Oh, I heard something about some hearings or something like that. And I've mentioned this many times on my show. Chuck Schumer, who is the Senate Majority Leader, was in front of the government telling people in December of 2023 that we needed more disclosure, that there were these bills that were put together. And the mainstream media didn't cover it. This is the Senate Majority Leader. Again, not saying that people need to believe it, not believe it, but the Senate Majority Leader is up there talking about NHI and ET, extraterrestrial language inside of this thing, and it wasn't covered by the mainstream media, meaning like the MSNBCs, the Fox Newses, the CNNs. None of them were covering it. Maybe if you searched online, you could see print articles. Okay, but the stuff that would be in the normal news cycle that you see a million times over, whether it's Trump or Hunter Biden or Russia or whatever, those things over and over and over and over again. But this doesn't being covered. So I was like, let's keep covering it. So we covered it on our show. We covered it every Tuesday, and we still do. If you go over to my other channel, which is linked below, every Tuesday we do a show called UAP Tuesdays. But I started to get a lot of comments because that show started to doing well, and people started to ask more questions about when I could do more coverage on this stuff. And through working with one of the guys on the show, Pavel, who does his own channel, we started talking about I'm like, look, I want to do a news thing, and he's like, I'll help you aggregate the stories. And so we said, let's do a daily show. Let's find something to talk about. And we will break it down in 5 to 10 minute pieces. It depends on how much there is to talk about, because maybe it'll be 15, but I'm trying to stay between 5 to 10 minutes on this channel, so people get updated. Now, when this comes out, this video that you're watching right now, I don't know when we're going to launch the daily stuff yet. It'll probably be in a few days from now. But I wanted to put this up so people know what to expect. I also do another series called Who Is, where it kind of breaks down certain members in the community. We did David Grush, we did Lou Elizondo. Those will probably get uploaded probably today, so you guys can see what we're working on. Those will start to air on this channel and not on the other channel. So that's what you're going to see here. If there's suggestions of certain things that you want to see, certain topics that you want to cover, I put the email. It's uaptuesdays@gmail.com. You can see that. There's certain things that you want to talk about. But that's it. That's what this channel is going to be. It's just going to be daily updates on some of the news coming in. And then we'll be doing our show every Tuesday on my main channel, which is just my name, Kristian Harloff. So thanks. I hope you enjoy this channel. I'd love to get all your feedback. And that's all I got for you. Bye-bye.